There is something no one tells you when you grow old, that sometimes being surrounded by people can make you feel lonelier than being completely alone. Yes, this was the truth that quietly knocked on my heart after 70 long, winding years of life. A truth that I wish someone had told me earlier. Not every gathering comforts the soul, not every friendship heals the heart, and not every relationship brings peace. In fact, some of them do the very opposite. For decades, I believed what most people do, that you need to be surrounded by others to be happy. That old age meant family should fill your house, friends should visit, neighbors should call, and that loneliness was the greatest danger. But the real danger was something else. The danger of losing myself in the noise of others. The danger of carrying burdens that weren't mine. The danger of becoming a stranger in my own life. And when I finally chose solitude, when I gently closed the door to the world's demands and expectations, I found something I never expected: freedom, peace, joy. But don't misunderstand me, friend. This wasn't about becoming bitter or angry or distant. This was about finally understanding that I am enough. My company is enough. My quiet life is enough. Let's now gently unfold why, at 70, choosing to be alone has become the best and bravest decision of my life. Number 1, realizing the precious difference between loneliness and solitude. When I was younger, I thought I understood the meaning of loneliness. I thought being alone meant feeling sad, unwanted, forgotten. That silence meant sorrow, that an empty room meant an empty life. But oh, how wrong I was. As the years passed, life taught me a quiet secret. Loneliness and solitude are not the same. They are not even cousins. In fact, they are opposites. Loneliness is the hunger for connection, even when you are surrounded by people. Solitude is the peaceful joy of being with yourself, even when the world is far away. How many times did I sit at crowded dinners, nodding and smiling, while my heart felt cold and distant? How many times did I entertain visitors only to feel unseen, unheard, and unappreciated? I was not alone in those moments, but I was deeply lonely. And then, after years of trying to fill my life with company, I stopped. I let the visitors drift away. I let the phone stay silent. I let the house grow quiet. And something surprising happened. I began to enjoy my own company, truly enjoy it. I made tea and drank it slowly. I sat by the window watching the sun play on the leaves. I read books I had long forgotten. I rested without guilt, and I smiled, not for anyone else but for myself. This was not loneliness. This was solitude. And solitude, my dear friend, is not a prison. It is a sanctuary. It is the place where your thoughts can breathe, where your heart can mend, where your soul can stretch its arms and rest. For anyone who fears being alone, I offer this gentle thought. Maybe the thing you fear is not solitude, but the idea of it. Because when you meet solitude face to face, you may find that she is not an enemy at all, but the friend you've been missing all along. Number 2, how solitude protects your most precious treasure, your peace. There is a treasure in life more valuable than money, more precious than gold, and that treasure is peace of mind. In youth, we chase success. In middle age, we chase respect. But in old age, if we are wise, we chase only one thing: peace. And nothing, absolutely nothing, guards your peace better than solitude. I spent years giving away pieces of my peace to others. I let their anger trouble my heart. I let their worries sit on my shoulders. I let their judgments make me question my worth. Every visitor brought a little noise. Every phone call left a little weight. Every demand chipped away at the quiet joy I longed for. But when I chose solitude, when I chose to be alone, something beautiful happened. The noise stopped. The expectations fell away. The judgments disappeared. And in the silence, I could hear the gentle whispers of peace returning. No one telling me how to think. No one asking me for favors. No one bringing drama or complaints or gossip. Just me, my thoughts, my quiet little joys, my small daily routines. Peace, I learned, is not something others give you. It is something you give yourself when you choose who enters your life and who does not. Many seniors feel guilty for wanting to be left alone. They think they are being rude or selfish or cold. But my friend, this is not selfishness. This is self-care. This is self-respect. You have spent a lifetime giving to others. Now, at this gentle age, you are allowed, no, you are required to protect your peace, to treasure it, to guard it with quiet, joyful solitude. The world may not understand, but your heart will, and it will thank you every day. Number 3, the heavy cost of draining relationships and the sweet joy of your own company. There are people in this world who take more than they give, who drain more than they fill, who leave you feeling small, tired, anxious, even after a short visit or phone call. And I, like many of you, spent too many years holding on to these relationships. They're family, I told myself. They're old friends. I can't just stop seeing them. But the truth was simple, and it was painful. Not every relationship deserves to stay. Not every person deserves a place in your peace. It took me 70 years to learn this, to let go of the friend who only called to complain, to step back from the relative who judged and criticized, to politely close the door on neighbors who brought gossip, not kindness. And when I did, my heart felt lighter, my days felt brighter, my life felt mine again. You see, there is no rule that says you must carry relationships that hurt you, that tire you, that bring no joy. You are allowed to choose your circle, and sometimes that circle is small. Sometimes that circle is just you. And you know what? Your own company is wonderful. In solitude, you get to laugh when you want, eat what you like, rest when you wish, dream without interruption, read without noise, think without fear. I rediscovered old hobbies I had forgotten. I sang softly while washing dishes. I organized drawers that had waited years. I smiled more. I breathed deeper because there was no one pulling at my energy, no one asking for my time, no one turning my day into theirs. Please hear this, dear friend. You are not cruel for letting go. You are not selfish for choosing your own joy. You are simply wise. And wisdom at this age is the greatest gift of all. Number 4, the quiet power of living life on your own terms. For decades, my days belonged to others, to my children, to my spouse, to my friends, to my job. My time was divided into pieces, given here, borrowed there, spent everywhere but on myself. And I accepted this. It felt normal. It felt right. But then came the quiet season of my life. And with solitude came a freedom I never expected, the freedom to live my day my way. I now wake when my body is ready, not when someone calls. I drink tea slowly, not while rushing to answer the door. I sit in the garden, not because company is coming, but because I love the morning air. I choose what to read, what to eat, what music to play, without anyone else's opinion, permission, or interference. And friends, this is the sweetest joy of all. No more adjusting to others' schedules. No more polite smiles at dull conversations. No more meals I don't enjoy. No more tiring errands I never wanted to run. Just simple, gentle, thoughtful living, designed perfectly for me. Some might call this selfish, but after 70 years of serving, giving, helping, adjusting, I call it rightful. I call it earned. I call it blessed. When you live alone, truly alone, you hold the pen that writes each day. You decide what matters, what to skip, what to enjoy. And this quiet power brings an inner peace that no one else can give. Do not fear this freedom, dear one. Welcome it, embrace it, celebrate it, for you have spent a lifetime living for others. Now, finally, is the season to live for yourself. Number 5, the hidden strength that solitude brings into your life. When the house grows quiet and the phone no longer rings, something inside you stirs, something ancient, something strong. For years, I thought I was weak without others. I thought being surrounded made me safer, stronger, more alive. But when I finally chose to be alone, I met someone I hadn't seen in a long time. Myself, my own strength, my own courage, my own quiet power. You see, solitude is not for the weak-hearted. It is not for those who depend on others to fill their emptiness. It is for those ready to carry their own soul, to hold their own hand, to walk their own path. And when you begin this walk, something miraculous happens. You realize you are far stronger than you ever believed. I learned to fix the little things in the house. I learned to solve small problems without calling someone else. I learned to comfort myself on sad mornings. I learned to sit in silence without fear. I stopped fearing being alone because I knew I could handle it. I could even enjoy it. So many seniors live in fear. Who will help me? Who will guide me? What if I am alone forever? But I gently tell you this truth. You are not helpless. You are not broken. You are not weak. You have survived decades of life. You have endured joy, sorrow, birth, death, love, betrayal, hope, and loss. If you made it to this beautiful age, you have a strength inside you that nothing and no one can take away. Solitude brings this strength to light. It makes you independent, brave, capable. It teaches you to rely not on noise or company, but on your own spirit. I smile now when I fix a leaky tap, when I clean the garden, when I write a list and solve a problem, all by myself. Not because I have no one to help, but because I can. Because I am able, and so are you. Solitude reveals your hidden strength, the strength you forgot you had. Embrace it, trust it, celebrate it. You are enough. Number 6, wisdom, reflection, and the gentle joys found in silence. Do you know what you hear when the world grows quiet? The truth, the memories, the wisdom, the lessons, your own gentle voice. For years, my life was filled with noise. Visitors talking, family asking, neighbors chatting, TV blaring, phones ringing. My mind had no room to think deeply, to reflect, to understand. But when I chose solitude, the noise faded, and into that space came something precious: wisdom, reflection, understanding, clarity. I remembered old days, not with regret, but with kindness. I saw my mistakes, not as failures, but as stepping stones. I forgave the ones who hurt me, not because they deserved it, but because my heart deserved peace. I discovered joys I had forgotten: the smell of morning tea, the feel of warm sunlight, the beauty of quiet prayer, the peace of an uncluttered mind. I learned that life does not have to be exciting to be beautiful. It does not have to be busy to be full. In fact, the best parts of life are quiet: a gentle sunrise, a bird song, the smell of rain, the sound of your own breath, soft and slow. In solitude, you can reflect on who you have been and who you still are, not through the eyes of others, but through your own gentle, patient eyes. This is wisdom that no book can teach, no preacher can explain, no friend can give. It is the quiet wisdom of life itself, the gentle, endless whisper that says, "You are here. You have lived. You are enough." For those who fear silence, I offer this comfort. Within silence lives the deepest joy, the deepest truth, the deepest peace. Let the world be noisy. Let the world rush by. Here, in your quiet space, you have everything you need. Number 7, freedom from expectations and the beautiful lightness of being yourself. Perhaps the greatest weight in life is not age, not illness, not weakness. It is the burden of expectations. People expect you to behave a certain way because you are old. They expect you to be patient, forgiving, generous, busy, involved. They expect you to keep saying yes when your heart wants to say no. And for years, decades, we carry this weight, afraid to disappoint. I did too. I let myself be pulled to gatherings I didn't enjoy. I smiled when I wanted to rest. I agreed when I wanted to decline. I gave when I wanted to keep. I listened to complaints when I longed for silence, all because I didn't want to seem selfish or rude or cold. But when I embraced solitude, I dropped these expectations. I gently, quietly put them down. And oh, what lightness, what freedom, what joy! I realized I do not have to explain myself. I do not have to please everyone. I do not have to meet anyone's demands but my own. If I want to spend a whole day in bed reading a good book, so be it. If I want to skip a family dinner to sit by the window and watch the moon rise, so be it. If I want to let the phone ring and not answer, so be it. I have lived long enough to earn this freedom, and so have you. Others may not understand. They may call you distant or strange, but their opinions are not your prison. Their expectations are not your chains. You are free, at last, free to be yourself, to rest, to dream, to simply exist without guilt or apology. And this is the secret gift of solitude, the freedom to be joyfully, peacefully, fully you. Number 8, the most important part. The greatest truth. You are already whole, already enough. Dear friend, if you have listened to everything I've shared, if you have gently walked this path of solitude with me, then here, in this last part, comes the greatest truth I have ever learned. The most important truth of my 70 years. You are already enough. You are already whole. You do not need anyone else to complete you. For most of my life, I thought I needed others to make me happy. A spouse, children, friends, neighbors. I believed that without them, I would be empty. But when solitude came, when the house grew quiet, when the doors closed, when the visitor stopped, I discovered something breathtaking. Everything I ever needed was already inside me. Peace was there. Joy was there. Love was there. Strength was there. Purpose was there. Not because others gave it to me, but because life itself placed these treasures in my heart long ago. And I only found them when the noise of the world faded away. I am not half of a person looking for the other half. I am not broken pieces waiting to be glued together. I am whole, complete, enough. And so are you. You do not need to fear being alone, because when the world grows quiet, you meet the most beautiful person you will ever know, yourself. In this self, you find peace deeper than company. In this self, you find joy brighter than gatherings. In this self, you find love stronger than applause. If you learn nothing else today, please learn this. You are already complete. You are already enough, right now, just as you are. No loneliness can harm you when you carry this truth. No rejection can shake you when you believe this truth. No emptiness can touch you when you live this truth. This is the greatest treasure solitude offers. The treasure that no one, not age, not sickness, not time, can ever take away. And you, my dear friend, deserve this treasure. You have earned it. Receive it with joy. Closing gentle message. And so, as this quiet journey draws to an end, I gently offer you this blessing. May your days be filled with simple joys. May your heart be light and unburdened. May your spirit rest in peace and truth. May you embrace solitude not with fear, but with hope. And may you always remember, you are whole, you are enough, you are wonderfully complete. If these words touched your heart, if they gently lit a small candle of peace inside you, I warmly invite you to subscribe to Faith Wisdom for more gentle guidance, quiet lessons, and peaceful reflections. Because you deserve to walk this golden season of life with joy, with dignity, and with love.